Howdy. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not in your major, and I still took the whole tour of the amazing building of what is the brand new tech building. Or it seems pretty new. A lot of that stuff in there is pretty nice. Um, I I really like manufacturing. I really like making stuff, building stuff, whether it be on my computer or out of. I wouldn't say I'm very good at wood, but I like working with metal. I like welding and plasma cutting. Cutting torch is okay, but and I was a big fan. Actually, if I'm able to do this, I made a. Okay, I hope you didn't hear that. That guy screamed the f bomb. Um, 2019, I made a wind fence for my garden, and it looks very pretty. I kind of took some inspiration from a design off of the internet, and I made a stencil. It was out of a one by one piece of sheet metal, and I drew the stencil on it where I would need what I need. Then I cut it out, and then I would chalk that onto the big sheets of metal, which I'm about to find. I'm telling you. Aha! Oh yeah, high quality photo right there. So yeah, I just copied the stencil onto that big piece of metal, and I cut all that out with my plasma cutter by myself. So that was fun. It took a long time, but we got it done. We did it. And I mean that's like the extent of what I've really used it for. I've used it for like smaller application stuff at the airport in Colby, just to get some stuff kind of fabricated or made for my dad. And I do like welding. Um, I'm not an expert at it, but my welds do look very. I think they look pretty good for not going to welding school or anything like that. I just kind of figured it out. I did have welding experience from eighth grade, but I I mean that's the only way I've gotten it from a schooling, an educational aspect of it. My dad taught me some other things, but he doesn't even weld for his business either. It's just like a skill that we all kind of have adopted. It helps out a lot, and it's a lot of fun. But I don't think I could do it for a career. That's the only reason why I didn't do the your program. Also, well, one of the things that really scared me off was the with the big book of all, and it just showed all the parts for the building, like every down to detail. I was like, I am not that organized. I can't do that. Um, I mean, yeah, my room is kind of clean, but I don't think I'd be able to organize all that crap and keep track of it. It's just that's a lot of work. But you know, I don't. That's just not how I. That was not how I grew up. It was like, go find a screw that's this size, and it was literally like a cup. Um, it was like a cup, and then it was just like full of like screws. That was our organization. It's not fun, but we've gotten better. We've gotten a little bit better. Um, see, on Wednesday, what we talked about, like the assembly line, and then she got I forgot her name. She got a phone call, and that was like perfectly lined up for your lecture that day. And so what I think about the assembly line is like I'm glad that we have implemented computer aided design or computer integrated manufacturing. just because of the human error. Like the torque, like those tires are screwed on. Like just using your example you made, those screws, or those bolts are torqued on to a certain foot pound, and that person, the person would probably never get it right just by screwing them in, but the machine can. And yeah, sure, that knocks out a lot of jobs, but you make better products that way, and you still have the position open for mechanics because those if those machines are being, you know, not being very not productive, if they're breaking down, you can fix them or replace them. That's what I'm trying to get across. And let's see. Um, yeah, it's just more efficient. And I've seen a cartoon with or not a cartoon, but it was like an old '40s um, skit with oh whatever Charlie. I don't remember. He's very famous for his TV, his television in the '40s. Charlie Chaplin, yeah, him, and he was making a funny skit of like how terrible it is to work in a factory, and obviously it's overly exaggerated, but it's accurate enough. I mean, it's not fun at all, and the hours are grueling. You can't go eat lunch or take a bathroom break, or else you're gonna get behind on the line and never be able to catch up. That's just how it was. So yeah, I'm glad that we have the automated design, automatic assembly line. Really, thank you, Henry Ford, for the start of that. But let's see. Just-in-time manufacturing. I saw the example in the book about the X-32 strike. It was made by Boeing, but basically it was like all the parts that they needed came. Like only those parts came. Uh, let me just think of a better example out of the book. Was it a A car company that started adopting just-in-time manufacturing? It reduced on inventory costs. That's basically what it is, and it sounds like a pretty high-end point of manufacturing. Like it, you mean getting the exact amount of parts and stuff like that when we're used to, and I'm used to mass producing stuff. Like just having like that set amount of stuff, materials for all of your projects. That's kind of insane to me. Um, that like, but now I guess we can just pump that stuff out quickly with cellular manufacturing, and I didn't I and I didn't realize that after we nuked Japan that well I knew that we became allies obviously, and but I didn't realize that we adopted their methods of fabrication. I just thought that we just got smarter, si- simply. Um, oh, I don't even remember. They're Japanese terms. Please don't expect me to remember those words. But for the better, that was one of them in English, um, which I think we've done things for the better. Uh, okay, actually, I'm just gonna skip over that because I was there for that class period. Um, how did we get anything done with child labor? After watching that dishwasher video, I was like, dude, who whose brilliant idea was it to just put kids through the work of in the textile industry? They can't do anything. It takes them forever to unload the dishwasher on their own. Then you have to like give them every bit of instruction I was like, gosh dang, we're dumb. I never really looked at it that way. I just thought simply when you say child labor, oh, that's bad. But after seeing that video, I was like, holy crap, why were we thinking that ever? I don't know. Maybe that's a messed up joke. I don't think it is, but um, yeah. And then, like, you told me this gentleman that you knew works at Boeing and he just watches people work for not the logistical stance, the efficiency. And I was like, wow, it's crazy that, like, that sounds like a lot of work, even just sitting there and watching people work. Like, I space off. I don't know if you notice, but like, I totally like jump in and out of classes. I don't, and it's every class. It's any point at any point. I will probably, if I don't know, it just does happen, and then I come back and I'm like, oh crap, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought now. I'm just gonna leave it there tonight.